What is up, peeps? It's For The Win TCG, and I'm talking you back to another YouTube video, and I hope you did have a great weekend. I did actually have a pretty good weekend. I don't know if you can see my bruises on my arm. I don't know if you can, but I did some paintballing. I haven't done paintballing in years, and oh my god, it was a great time. Anyway, with that out of the way, I hope you did have a good weekend yourselves. Nonetheless, we are going to be looking at Zeraora, and it is the Zeraora that did come out in Unbroken Bonds. We're going to be looking to use its discharge attack, which is 50 damage times every energy that you discard from that Pokemon. So it can have some big explosive turns, and we are going to be partnering it up with Magnezone. Now, there's a few cards in this deck that I did try out, and I just didn't seem to use it so often, so I did cut it out. So one of them was Tapu Koko Prism Star, which you would think would be a really good card in this deck. And on paper it is, but I just never seem to need it. So I've taken that one out as well. I tried using a Ninetales variant to get the Magnezone out quicker, but I think the deck functions 10 times better with Jirachi, because Jirachi, of course, does help you find your rare candies, so you can get Magnezone out quicker. Although it's not a guarantee in comparison to Ninetales, but it also helps you find some other critical item cards in this deck that help things move. So this is actually a pretty good hand, so I'm kind of liking this. I think first thing we've got to do is get a Magnemite down, if anything, because we have Rare Candy and Magnezone pretty much ready to go. The biggest issue with this deck is it does run out of energy pretty quickly. So the recovery I have is actually energy recycle rather than a energy retrieval, because I know energy retrieval will bring it to hand similar to Mount Coronet, right? But we have a card in here that really is such a good card in this. It's such a good combination that you can achieve with it. So hopefully we haven't priced it, because it's only a 1/1 line, which I'm considering thickening, considering how crucial it's turned out to be. But hey. Alright, so we're playing a Zoroark deck. Is this the one that... I don't think it is. I was thinking if it's the one that... Is it Steven or Stefan? Stefan Ivanov, am I saying that correctly? Played in the most recent NAIC finals. I didn't actually see that game fully through, so I don't know who won it. But anyway... I don't want to Ultra Ball any of these cards away. Like, I like the Switch and the Skateboard both. So I might just Jirachi here first and just get a card that I can discard. I'm just going to get an Ultra Ball to discard, I think. So I'm just going to get rid of an Ultra Ball and a Switch. That's the plan. Get a Magnemite down. Sweet. Attach the Skateboard to the active Jirachi. Go for Lily. So let's see what's going on here. This is kind of cool. Maybe get rid of a Lightning and a Rare Candy here and see what we've got. Okay, we do. So it's Rabombi. Rabombi is so good in this particular deck, just getting energy in hand every single turn. You could even go an extra mile and partner it up with, what's it called? I'm just going to hold this hand quickly before doing anything. I could retreat to this Jirachi and go for another Stellar Wish, but I want to guarantee retreat next turn at least. So I think we're going to stick with that. Yeah, you could combine it with Viridian Forest, but I just can't find the space to fit that card into this deck. It's really hard without sacrificing some level of consistency to allow you to get the Magnezone out. So it's something that I'd say is good, but it's just something I haven't figured out just yet. So it's going to take the second, I'd say, a bit more testing. But I did want to get this deck out because I have received a few requests to play it, so I did want to get it out for you guys. So yeah, right. Regardless, let's see how this matchup turns out. I wonder what they're planning to do as their main strategy. Like, that's the thing with Zoroark, right? They usually base their play around the deck they're up against. It's kind of like a toolbox deck, effectively, Zoroark. Well, now it is. Before it was like Zoroark Lycanroc, and that was really it. But now it's like Zoroark Persian, and you got Slowbro, and you got Power Off, and you got Dugong, and you got Larvitar, and you got Muck, and then you got... There's a lot more going on with Zoroark now, funnily enough. Alright, I don't know why I didn't have the free retreat queue to fly in. Regardless, we're going to promote this first. Let's just get the Magnezone out. Oh, sweet. Okay, then we can get Zeraora down now. Let's do that. Wow, I've priced 2 Zeraora. I'm playing 4, so... That's quite the unfortunate outcome, to say the least. Right, let's just do this. We could... Let's see what we get off the Jirachi before I go and play any Electro Powers and commit. Okay, we could Guzma, but I want a Cynthia. Do I play the Electro Power and hope that we get a Switch or an Escape Board? And like, even with the hopes that we get the energy to attack this turn? Screw it. Let's risk it for a biscuit. We can get someone hit KOs quite nicely in this deck, so we got to aim for it. Ah, we had. See, the Rabombi kind of does it for us, but we don't have any switch. Oh, any retreat. That's such a shame. That'd have been perfect. We'd have hit 180 this turn. All right. With that said, I'm going to drop this and just hold the energy in hand for next turn. Because then we can hit just a straight 200 damage, 250 with this if we want. Or if we find another Electro Power or Choice Band, we can just one-shot a Zoroark with 4 energy. So that would be pretty good. Ideally, though, we'd want to take out the Persian. Smart. Yeah, ideally we want to take out the Persian because we don't want the Catwalk ability to be activated because that is just devastating. I mean, wow. All right, that's pretty good. All right, if we find a Choice Band or Electro Power, we definitely have, or if we just top deck an energy, we definitely have the Persian KO'd. Like, for certain. It's going to be hard, though, because we don't have our Jirachi to work with, considering it's getting KO'd right now. Which is quite a tough call. Oh, that's such a tough call. Do we just go into the Zoroark? No, I think we go for the Catwalk. I think we just risk it for a biscuit. Oh, yes. Sweet. All right, that is perfect. That is perfect. We get 2 from the Rabombi. We get a Guzma play. We don't even need to drop the Electro Power. We just get a straight KO here, which is wonderful. We can get another Zeraora down with this Nest Ball here. And, oh, we can't get another Zeraora down because we priced 2. Let's see what our energy is looking like. So we have 4 left after this, and then we have 2 Recyclers. So you can see why I put Recycler, because it works well with Rabombi. You put the energy deck, you get it out with Rabombi. And Rabombi is a lot better than stuff like Lady. Is it Lady that gets a bunch of energy out because it's not a supporter card? Again, Viridian Forest would work, but it's just something that would take a bit more time to figure out. But this is the most functioning I've got it after a few hours of testing with it. Right. So that's just a perfect Guzma play there. We've got the Jirachi to follow up if we get KO'd, so that's good. Oh, we do have the bench Zeraora, don't we? I completely forgot about that one. Alright, discharge here for knockout. Good stuff, good stuff. Energy Recycler would be good because we have just used up a ton of energy. Let's just see what we get. Escape Board, sweet. Okay, that's perfect. And a Lily. Alright, not too bad, but the Escape Board's fantastic, so we can be a bit more confident in Jirachi now, which is great. So you can see why I put Jirachi in here rather than going for Ninetales is just a lot more consistent in obtaining cards that we may need for energy recovery, retreat, so Escape Board switches, Electro Powers is pretty good as well. I did put Volkner in here before, but Volkner just made it way too slow, and there was so many times where I had such a small hand that you just really couldn't do much, and Volkner didn't help with that. So I thought getting rid of the Volkners and focusing on the Cynthias and Lilies was better off. It's turning out to be the case. So, good stuff. Hopefully we can get another KO here. Because they ain't got no Catwalk to work with. So we want to take out these Zoroarks now. Now, I have to get an energy off this. Risky plays. Risky plays. But I'm going to go for the Electro Power again because it does make the difference in damage output. Because if we get another Electro Power, which I think we do have, or a Choice Band, we just need 1 more energy. Now, I'm kind of contemplating using Jirachi now to increase the odds of drawing into energy by hopefully getting a energy recycler. Oh, we didn't! Thunder Mountain can be good here, so I think we're going to get Thunder Mountain. So we can at least guarantee the attack if we don't draw into the energy we need. So we at least hit 100 damage, 130 damage onto it, which is too short. Although we don't want that. Oh, we have KO right there. Good stuff. All right, that is beautiful. Now, it is going to be a bit shaky now. We have to pull Zeraora out of the prizes to be able to continue. So let me just do the math quickly. We do 130. Add this, that is 180. And add another Electro Power, that is 210. So that is very well indeed. What's going on with the deck here? Oh, I thought we had another Jirachi to work with. Oh, well, maybe not. That is indeed enough damage to take out the Zoroark. So that is beautiful. Sweet. Okay, so Zeraora has been blowing up. Hopefully we get a Zeraora off the prizes. I don't want to get 2 though. I want to get Zeraora plus something else. Okay, there's 1. What's that? An energy. Sweet. Okay, that's pretty good news. That's good news. And we need to get energy back into the deck. We really need that recycler. So if we can recycle, we can guarantee an attack every single turn now, especially with Thunder Mountain. Reducing that to 2 is great because you can just Rabombi and then bang, just every single turn, at least hit 100 damage every turn guaranteed. Now, I know we could be using a Crushing Claw attack to really cause them to struggle, but I'm not going to pass up a one-hit KOs on Zoroarks, right? I mean, if the option is there, we're going to take it out. We're not going to mess around, so that's what I was thinking at the very least. Now, I do get the KO, but that's fine. We do have a Zeraora in hand. So I think we are on the road to beating a pretty well-established Zoroark deck. So that's really good news. That's a good sign for the deck. Right. Now, this is the tricky part. I think we need to draw as much cards as possible to get energy back into the deck and then Rabombi. I don't know how many energy I've got left in deck. All right, let's just Lily. See what's going on. Okay, there's Energy Recycler. Good stuff. Oh, we are definitely getting somewhere here. All right, we are getting somewhere. Let's do that. Let's see what we get here. Cynthia could be good. Now, I think we actually get a one-hit KO here, no? Do we have KO? I think we have game. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Choice band plus that. That's 60 damage, 150. Yeah, we have game. We have just decimated Zoroark. Turn off the turn. Sweet. I mean, don't get me wrong. They were getting KOs and definitely were putting in the work. They were 2 prizes left, so it wasn't like we just stomped them. But that is one of the most consistent games I've had with this deck at such a good sign. So I'm so happy with that. All right, let's drop the Electro Power. Drop a little heart there and go for Discharge. 4 KO. Zoroark is dead. And that is a nice game there against Zoroark. So let's go to another one and see how it goes. I'm actually really happy with how this has turned out. Magnezone is a card I'm not too keen on, if I'm going to be honest with you. Because it requires energy in hand, which makes it a bit less automatic. Is that the term I would use? So think of it this way. Imagine Vika Ray, but you had to get the energy in hand. It would be a bit more tough to get things going, right? Whereas Vikavot's just straight from the deck, and you don't even need to worry. So it's just get energy out immediately. So getting energy from hand into play and trying to get a large amount and having to discard all that energy afterwards makes it very hard to do consistently over and over again. But you can obviously tell the Rabombi played such a critical role in that. We wouldn't have been able to get the KOs without the Rabombi. So I'm seriously considering throwing in a thicker Rabombi line because it seems to be so important. Reshiram, here we come. This is clearly a Reshiram deck, unless it's a Blown or an Arcanine. But my gut feeling is saying Reshiram. So that would be interesting. Also, have you seen the new Charizard and Braixen? Is it Am I pronouncing that right? Braixen? GX? So weird that they went for a stage 1 starter Pokemon on a tag team GX, but is what it is, right? Okay, I'm scared they're going to go for a Magnemite, but I think there's another turn. Like, they're probably going to Kiawe or something. I doubt there's going to be a turn when they're going to attack. So let's just roll with it. All right, let's Stellar Wish, see what we pull. Skateboard. We could do another retreat. Be a bit greedy, maybe. Maybe Ultra Ball. That and that away. Hopefully we have the Cutiefly. That's not been prized. The Cutiefly has been prized. That's a yikes from me, I tell you that for sure. But let's get Lele. Is that risky? Yeah. But we've already proven this deck's worth in a Zoroark matchup, so I'm fine just messing about a little bit this game and trying to get as much done as possible. All right, let's do that. All right, sweet. Lily for 7. Turn 1. Good stuff. We've got everything we really need into play except for the Cutiefly, so that's going to be a bit of an issue, but as long as we get that out, we shouldn't have any problems. Okay, I'm going to retreat into this Jirachi and just go for a Stellar Wish. Thin the deck down a bit. Hopefully we can find, next turn, a Rare Candy. And some energy. So we can just go in with a crazy attack onto this, or the Snorl, or the Reshiram, whatever they come up with first. Let's find out what they stick with. A Kiawe play is going to be a bit risky on their part. Let's see what they do. I mean, they've also got to get, like, switch energy, right? Because they need energy in play, and playing the Green's Exploration is not going to do that for them. Because now they can't play Welder and Kiawe, so they need to get energy in play. So my guess is, well, they can't get an energy with Greens, can they? Oh, yeah, the Fiery Flint you can get it with, but that's interesting. They're just going to go for Cheer Up. Okay. Okay, fair play, fair play. They have energy in play. That does open up the GX attack, so I'll give them that. A lot of stuff in hand here that I think is worth thinning. Let's get rid of these Nest Balls. Or at least let's get rid of one. No, let's get rid of these Nest Balls. I think we can get rid of the Nest Balls. Let's get you in the hopes that we obtain a rare candy. I want a rare candy. Ah, sweet. Absolutely sweet. Okay, that's good news. So we have the Magnezone out. Then we're going to switch into the other Jirachi. And play the Electro Power. I'm pretty confident we're going to get the energy we need. So, let's thin again with the Stellar Wish. Should we get the other Electro Power? We might as well just go all out, right? We're going to have some fun. So let's just go nuts. Let's go for Cynthia. See what we hit with the energy. Give me like a massive hand of energy. Which we didn't get. But we do have the Thunder Mountain, so we can just go in with a nice, clean attack. Not for the most amount of damage, but for at least a considerable amount, especially with the Electro Powers. We are doing 160, so that's a nice amount of damage, I would say, for turn 2. Good stuff, good stuff. Now, I'm not too keen on using Energy Recycle with just 3 in discard pile, but I really want to get as much energy as possible. I mean, in the tag team matchups where you're playing such high HP, you want to get as much energy as possible ASAP because of how speedy these decks are. Especially Reshiram. Reshiram is like the hardest matchup because it's such a high HP to hit. Whereas Pikarom is a lot easier to obtain. But Reshiram and stuff is definitely a tough one. I'll say that for certain. Oh, wow. So they're actually going to go for the Snorlax here. Which is risky, man. Because you're leaving a 110 HP Pokemon worth 3 prices in the active. And that's a number I can quite cleanly hit, especially with this. But I want to save that for the Reshiram. Like, if they go for their Double Blaze GX... Oh, wait, no, they don't, because they just used their Megaton friends. Okay, clearly not. I was going to say if they Double Blaze, it'd need 6 energy on it, so we can just whack it with a Lele, but so be it. All right, what is the order of play here? I think using Stellar Wish to get something out would be worthwhile. Now, the Electro Power is not so valuable here. So I might discard it with the Rabombi. Yes, that's risky because we don't get the guaranteed energy every turn. But I might discard it with the Rabombi to get a Zeraora out. Use Energy Recycle, Cynthia. Hopefully get enough energy to take it down. Or we play the Electro Power and discard the Recycle. No, that just decreases the odds. So we have to just discard the Electro Power and Rabombi. Like, I want to guarantee the Zeraora and just reduce how many cards we need to hit on the Cynthia. So it just gives more freedom, I'd say, for energy to be picked up here. So let's do that. That turned out pretty well. It's not the best, but we still get to attack. Now it's 400 damage, so it's like so short. But unless we just go in and Crushing Claw, but yikes. Okay, this may be stupid, because they might drop a Let Loose, but I'm contemplating just going in with Crushing Claw for 20 damage. And because the thing is, if I go and hit them with Discharge for 100 damage, they're going to sit there and be like, well, I've got 10 HP left. I'm not going to sit in the active and get KO'd. But if I sit there and hit them for 20, they might think I'm bricking. And they might keep it in the active and just go for the KO straight away. And that would just let us come in and just KO the Snorlax with what we have in our hand. So I'm trying to do big brain plays here. I'm trying to psychologically get a 1-up on my opponent. Let's see if they take the bait. I really want to see if they take the bait. Damn! Okay. Well, at least we saw that coming. Like, as some sort of play where they were going to get rid of that thing. So, yeah. I'm so glad I didn't go for the discharge play because that could have gone really... A lot worse. That could have gone a lot worse. So, that's some sort of benefit at least. Only getting the 1. So, that gives us a pretty good chance here, actually. I wish I could just retreat here. I want to get a Guzma going, you know? Man, I really don't feel good about just blowing up the Volcanion. I really don't feel good about that. Alright, we just have to do what we have to do. I want to go straight in for the Reshiram. But I think I'm just going to do that. And Cynthia. And hopefully hit an Electro Power or something. Which we only have 1 of, but if we hit an energy, we're good. If we hit an energy, he says. Right, we're just going to have to discharge for KO, which just is a feel bad right here, but I mean, it's better than just doing nothing, so we got that at least. That's good. And we have free energy here, so if we can get energy back into the deck again with the Recycler, we would need a lot of energy in play to be able to get the 1-hit KO on the Reshiram, but it's something we can do. Now, are they going to go straight for the Lele? They pull a Guzma. So they might just GX. No, they can't GX. They have to... They have to Flare Strike and that's it. Like, they're doing Guzma. What are they planning to do? Oh, wow. Oh, they're banking on us not having it, but they don't see our hand. Oh, we got the Electro Power as well. I'm going to save that Electro Power for when we have less energy, which we are going to have very soon. So I think I'm just going to discharge here and just go for the 150. And they're probably going to outrage, and then we can hopefully get some energy back. And because we are like in dire level of energies now. So I'm assuming they're just going to outrage, KO the Zeraora, we come in Jirachi, get the energy recycler, find hopefully top deck a draw support or something. We need a lot of stuff to do this, but we can definitely get a nice KO on this next turn. So long as we get free energy. Well, we need, or 2. We just need 2 actually. Tell a lie. We need 2. Because we have the Electro Power to hit 130, so that's perfect. That's really good. Alright, so let's see what we're doing. Let's see what we've got rolling here. We've got Guzma. That's interesting. Oh, no, we can't use that now. Let's Stellar Wish. Oh, yikes. Okay. This is kind of a feel bad. I can dish Crushing Claw for 80. But that's just not it. What I might do is I could just Guzma this Reshiram up and poke it, because we are going to need to take some extra prizes here. Or I retreat into just Jirachi and see what we can find. I'm pretty much going to do the Guzma play. That's pretty much what I'm going to do. We could do that, but we have to get a switch, which we only played 2 of. And we've used them both. So it's either the right play is playing Guzma or going for Cynthia and hoping we hit another. No. Let's go for the Guzma. I don't know if that's the right play, but I just want to... Yeah, I think we just have to do that for now. A bit tough. We're running out of resources, and there's one card I've completely forgot to put in this deck, which now is going to bite me in the backside. That's Rescue Stretcher. I am not recovering these Zeraoras ever. Yikes. There is no recovery in this. Okay, that's not the end of the world. We have another Magnezone line in there, and we have red candies and stuff, so I think we'll be fine with that. Let's just... We'll bench the Q to fly. Is that bad? Probably. We'll get the Ultra Ball. And we'll get rid of the Cynthia and the red candy. Because I want to keep the red candy in hand. Sweet stuff, sweet stuff, sweet stuff. And we'll go for a Lily. There's the energy recycler. That's good. Do I want to use that now? No. I actually don't. We might have to attack late game with Lele. I think I'm just going to pass, believe it or not. Do I have another Stellar Wish? I do. Choice Band. We have Guzma in hand. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm just going to pass. See, because I'm an idiot and I didn't put in any Rescue Stretch, I only have one Zeraora left. And I want to use that to get a KO on a Reshiram. So if I can do that, that would be really good. I'd love to take this one out. Or if we get a load of energy into play, we can take a fresh one out. But I kind of like the idea of just getting a ton of energy in the late game with Lele and just destroying... Oh, they're going to go for the counter catcher. Oh, buddy, you're just causing me struggles here, man. Yikes. Yikes. We are seeing the downfall of the deck just because of one card. Oh, I'm tilting. I'm tilting! Let's get energy in the deck. This looks like it's just game bad at this point. I'm going to be dead honest. There looks to be nothing worthwhile here. I mean, we could just Guzma and I guess we can just go for a Guzma play, right? And just hope to hit into this thing. Just gonna Guzma around everything. Let's just do that, shall we? Yikes. And hope we could just like charge up every single turn, but they've probably got Welder to attack with next turn or some sort of outrage to work with. I don't know. We still have Thunder Mountain, so we still can go in for this thing, but... See, it would be at this point where Cocoa Prism would be worthwhile, so maybe it's worth throwing in a deck. I just never saw myself using it. But I feel like Rescue Stretcher would be the way to go. Recovering some of these cards is just so critical. Like that Rabombi that we lost earlier on since I discarded it. Could have had it a few turns earlier to get some energy into play whilst the Magnezone is still alive. So it seems like just the recovery is lacking in the deck now that I think about it. So that's something. So this deck has a lot of explosive power once it's set up, but it can struggle in the long run. So it just seems like recovery is the way to go. Yikes! That be probably game. I don't see any form of recovery here. I don't see any form of recovery. And I know you guys might recommend it as well because, again, with Lightning, there's so much stuff you can work with. Zapdos is something I've contemplated in this deck as well. Again, never saw myself using it. But I could, if I add Rescue Stretcher, I could go down to 3 Zeraora and throw in a Zapdos, taking out another card of sorts. I think that is it by the looks of it. I don't think we have any stuff to work with. Let's just nest ball and be on the safe side. Let's just double check here. Make sure that I am right. Yeah, it's just energy. Yeah, that's it. Well played. Well played. Well played. Well played. Right, so we do lose to the Reshiram, unfortunately. Bit of a shame. Such an explosive start and then just a slow decline at the end there. So yeah, we could add Zapdos for just a consistent attacker, especially with the Jirachis and switches and stuff we have. It could really work. What did I call this deck? Oh yeah, I called it this, didn't I? Alright, so this is the list. There definitely needs to be some work after that game. But you can see it's so tight. I can only fit 10 energy. I'd rather have 12 energy in the deck, but I think 10 with it Recycler is just about consistent enough. The Oranguru is, again, something that... No, this is the wrong list. That's why I was like, hang on, Oranguru? There we go. This is the list. The Lele is something that you'd want to consider is what I wanted to say. With Jirachi, it's not that necessary, but it's just great for a Guzma pull. Yeah, there's definitely a lot to think about in this deck, I would say. But I think... if we can get a Rescue Stretcher in there, a Zapdos, that could work out really well with just boosting its longevity. But you have to sacrifice some form of consistency, unfortunately. But yeah, explosive deck, really powerful, can definitely take on the high-tier decks if it's used correctly. It is a bit of a big brain deck when it comes to things, but it's really, really fun to play. So go check it out. Of course, it will be in the description down below, as will be all my social media stuff. But with that said, of course, leave a like if you did enjoy, and subscribe for more. But most importantly, please do take care, and peace.